Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new vlog. I am sitting in the car and it is actually warm. I'm so happy. Spring is now like actually here. It was officially spring a few weeks ago and the weather was nice, and then it snowed and it continued to snow and the weather was just horrible. Like, it felt like we were back in the winter. We had like a little teaser of warm weather and then it was like awful, and now it's back to being really nice, and I think it's gonna stay this way, at least according to the weather prediction. So I am so happy. The trees are blooming. I could literally cry. Like, just being outside, driving here today, seeing the trees being green, it is just the most amazing thing ever. I'm so happy. It was also Easter weekend yesterday. We drove out to a lake and the weather was also incredible. So nice to be by the water. We had lunch there, just spent time in nature. It was so nice. Anyway, I am in the car. I'm about to get my nails done. I've definitely been on a nail health journey the last few years. I talked about it when I first started it. So I've actually not worn any nail polish for over 2 years now, which is so insane. Or maybe it's not that insane, but if you're somebody who loves to get their nails done and have like manicured nails and wears nail polish, you'll know what a big deal it is to actually like have bare nails and to keep them bare for that long. They've of course completely regrown now, like multiple times, and they have never been this strong and beautiful. Of course, I love the look of manicured nails, of nail polish and all of that, but I just know that it wasn't healthy for my nails, you know, especially for the long-lasting kinds of nail polish, the shellacs, the gels. They either need to be soaked off with acetone, which is very like strong for your body and for your skin, or you have to file them off, which is really bad for your natural nail, because your natural nail over time gets filed down as well, just naturally with the process of removing the outer layer. So you are definitely also thinning your own nail. And I know I could do like the traditional nail polish that's very easy to take off, but I feel like I'm always washing something, washing someone. Like, I don't know, I have 2 kids. I'm super active with my hands and I just hate the look and the feel of chipped nail polish. So I either leave them bare or I will do 1 coat of a clear nail polish. So I can actually go more into detail of my like minimalist nail care routine that I do on a weekly and monthly basis. I'll probably do that a little bit later in the video, but now I'm gonna head into my nail appointment. I'm so excited, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, my nails are done. Feel so good. Oh my gosh, I just love clean, short, minimal, fresh, healthy nails. Like, this is the best feeling. I just did a clear coat, so they're a little bit extra shiny. Ah, feels so good. So speaking of things that makes me feel good, one of the most important things that I am reminded of literally every single day is the power of a clear, productive, and positive mind. Our mind can either be our greatest tool or it can be our biggest enemy and the biggest thing that holds us back in life. The really great thing about it is that it is really in our hands. It's really in our control. We really have the power to dictate the health of our mind based on our mindfulness and our daily behaviors and the things we consume, not just like physically, but also, you know, mentally, the kind of content we consume, who we hang around with, just our environment in general. A few years ago, I was in therapy for a while. I worked with an incredible coach, and we talked a lot about auditing the narrative in our mind. So the story that we're telling ourselves, and really paying attention to what we are saying to ourselves, about the world, about certain situations. It's actually quite interesting to know that a lot of the things that are going on in our head, they're not actually true. Like there are a lot of like theories, hypotheses, like anxious thoughts, scenarios that might play out, or even things about ourselves that we're just saying. She had me do this exercise where I had to write down certain things that I thought or beliefs that I had about myself or about situations, and actually find evidence against that. This was one of the things that she taught me, but it's something that has really stuck with me and that I still use till this day. And I love to keep growing and learning and working on myself. I think it's really important to never stop wanting to educate yourself and become a better version of yourself. I think especially now that it's spring, like spring energy is just so good. I love reading and listening to podcasts, and I'm also such a huge fan of actually speaking to somebody so you can get your ideas out, sort of bounce them onto another person and hear their feedback. You know, somebody who is neutral and who's genuinely passionate and trained to give you really helpful and unbiased advice, which is why I'm really happy to be working with BetterHelp. They are the paid partner of this video, and they are on a mission to make starting therapy easier. You just take the quiz and you will be matched with a credentialed therapist quickly, and you can communicate however you feel comfortable, whether that's via phone or video or even text. And you can switch therapists at any time at no additional cost in case they're not the right fit. Over 6 million people have gotten help through BetterHelp, and they also have a 4.8 rating out of 5 on the App Store. If you want to try them out, you can click the link down below in the description box, which is betterhelp.com/Jaffrey, and that will get you 10% off your first month of therapy with BetterHelp. Again, that is betterhelp.com/Jaffrey. For 10% off your first month, I'll have the link for you down below. Okay, just made myself some food, a little random, but so good. Got an avocado toast with some sauerkraut on top, a pickle, and some salmon from last night. Yum. Okay, it's a little bit later. I have about 30 minutes until I have to get back. I am going to reset this part of my closet right now. In a couple of videos back, we got out my spring summer dresses from storage. I put them into this main part of my closet, which is behind you guys, where I had a lot of my winter things, which I then also put away. But I've been meaning to organize this part of my closet for ages. I just need to do like a deeper dive into all of the drawers, just clean them out, also wipe down the surfaces because a lot of it has gotten like a little bit dusty. And also I have this drawer here at the bottom here with dresses and pants that I wore a lot when I was pregnant, and that are more like pregnancy specific, not really things that I would wear much right now. And I want to put all of this away into storage and just make the space feel a little bit more up to date, a little bit more reset, which is just so nice to do now for spring as well. And I got these storage bags, which I think are so great. They've got a zipper here at the top, and I'm going to put the items into here. This one right now has a few of my winter coats, and I'm going to put this downstairs in our cellar. And of course, if there are any things that I feel like I can donate as well, I will put a bag away for donation. And also I will try a lot of the things on, especially bottoms. I am still very much freshly postpartum, so I'm not expecting everything to fit me perfectly yet. But if there are any things that I know I just don't like the fit of or the style of, I would rather just donate it than having it sit in my closet and taking up like space, both physically and mentally. I'm so excited to get to this, but I don't have that much time, so we're gonna do like a speedy version. Okay, my closet has been cleared. It feels so good. And trying everything on too is like next level. It's just easy to forget about certain pieces. There are certain pieces that I have, I'm like, wow, I need to wear these more often. And then others are like, oh my god, I still have these, I need to donate them. They're just not flattering, or I don't like the style anymore. So I've donated a lot of things. Yeah, and we have lots of space now. How big is he? I just cannot. You're almost 9 months old and all he wants to do is stand. I have a feeling he might even just skip crawling and go straight to walking. Like, that is how passionate he is. So anyway, in my last video, I talked about how I was doing a sugar reset. So minimizing on all processed sugars. I still love fruit, still eat like rice and pastas and things like that, but just no like processed sugars. I'll have that video linked down below if you guys have not seen it already, but I love making myself yogurt bowls, and I've been putting granola on top, and I make my own homemade healthy granola that is gluten-free, it's refined sugar-free, it's got nuts and seeds in it. It is so good, and I need to make a new batch right now. So I thought I would share with you guys how I make it. It's so easy, and you can really customize it to whatever taste you like. I'm gonna put him in the walker, and I'm gonna make this granola, and I'll show you guys how I make it. Yeah, come to mama. Yeah, come to mama. Come to mama. Okay, so to make the granola, I add 4 cups of organic gluten-free oats to a bowl. Then half a cup of coconut oil and half a cup of maple syrup. You can do a little bit more if you like it on the sweeter side. And then a pinch of salt, and then about a tablespoon of cinnamon. I do a little more because I love my cinnamon. And this is your base. So from here you can add cacao powder if you want to make it chocolate flavored. Today I'm doing nuts. I do about 1 to 2 cups. I have some whole nuts here, so I'm just chopping them up first. And then I do 1/4 of a cup each of sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and cranberries. This combination is so good. Just give it all a good mix, and then I'm pouring it onto a baking sheet, and with the back of my spoon I'm just gently pressing the granola down slightly. This will help form some larger clusters when baking. Then I'm popping this into my oven, preheated at 175 degrees Celsius, and this will bake for about 20 to 25 minutes. This is so good. Your home will smell amazing. It's healthy, minimal ingredients, so much lower in sugar than traditional store-bought granolas. Again, so delicious, even just with some cold milk, or again topped over a Greek yogurt bowl with some fruit, some berries. So good. I would highly recommend making this. It's so nice to have as a staple in your kitchen. I'll make sure to have the exact recipe for you down below in the description box. Okay, I want to share my very minimal, healthy nail routine with you guys and the products that I use. I personally feel like having well manicured nails and just having your nails feel good, it's a very important thing for me, and I'm really happy that I found a way to maintain my nails and feel really good about them in a healthy way that doesn't involve a lot of nail polish and too much like manipulation of the nails and like too much filing down. Before going on this nail health journey, I was doing my nails every 2 weeks at a salon. I think all of that damage really adds up, and my nails were really brittle underneath the nail polish. So it's been really nice to grow them out and see them be really strong, and to find a way to still make them feel really nice without having to do like all the toxic stuff. So I will go to do a manicure about every 1 to 2 months. Every time that I go to do a pedicure, pedicures obviously last a lot longer, so I will just pair up a manicure at the same time, and that's like my little treat. But then in between then, I will maintain my nails at home. So I just use a very few simple things. I have got a nail file here that I obviously use for the length of my nails. I've got this nail block file, kind of like a buffer, and I will use this on the skin around the nail that just tends to get a little bit rougher, so this is really nice for smoothing that out. And then for the cuticles, I will use a little tool like this. I've got some wooden ones, and I've also got a steel one, and I will use this slanted edge here, and I will push back the cuticle, and I won't cut it. I will just push it back. I will usually do this after I get out of the shower so they're nice and soft, and I will do this like every few days. And then very important, before I go to bed, I will moisturize my cuticles with some kind of balm. I love more natural formulas, so this is one from Primarily Pure. This is their baby balm, but I also love their tallow-based body butters. This is one from Thunderbird Skin. This is their rescue balm. It's also 100% natural ingredients. So I'll take whatever I have and I will moisturize my hands and my cuticles, especially before going to sleep. And that is pretty much it. Oh, and then sometimes I will also apply a nail building base coat. This gives a little extra shine and gloss to the nails, but a lot of times I just have them bare as well. It really just depends. And then I'm also just generally mindful of my nails during the day. I sort of treat them as if I had wet nail polish on, so I don't do many things that like could cause like damage or too much friction on the nails. So if I'm like going through my bag, I'm trying not to like rummage through everything and like scratch the nails. So I'm very like gentle with my hands. I highly recommend checking out Anna from the Salon Life here on YouTube. She is so incredible. She changed my life when it came to how to properly take care of my nails in a really healthy and gentle way. She inspired me so much. This is when I started on my nail health journey 2 years ago. And she really takes you through step by step on how to properly take care of your nails from home. Her content on this topic is just amazing. I would highly recommend checking her out. I will have her channel linked in the description box. And with this simple routine, I feel really great about my nails. It obviously saves so much time, so much money as well. And I'm just really proud that I have been able to maintain this and just to have found a lot of love for my natural nails and just embracing them as they are. I'll make sure to have all of the products that I mentioned linked for you down below in the description box if you guys want to check anything out. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.